Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Campaign 2 of Dicefunctional with the Neighborhood Watch. Where we last left the group of intrepid adventurers, they had just rescued Hadrian Devereaux, the love interest of the party's warlock, Fitz, um, uh, and then had fought off the then possessed Castella. You guys then all retreated back to the tower and started making plans for what to do next, including, of course, mending people, getting answers to others, and explaining the full situation of what actually happened to Hadrian. Um, the conversation was rough, as it wasn't exactly a conversation. You guys used the smartest option at your disposal, and you made a spell scroll with legend lore, and you had him learn the truth of the situation, which he took very poorly. The party then tried to de-stress a little bit. They wandered around the actual, damn, that was close. They wandered around the actual tower a little bit more, trying to find anything interesting. A vault with a unique machine was found, as well as an orrery. And a Roman-style bath was then found, which you guys then enjoyed, or at least most of you enjoyed. Castella found it a stressful and uncomfortable experience, as it seemed like something was there with her. But that was basically where we left off. You guys got some rests. You guys had leveled up shortly, a little while ago, and at this point, it's just a matter of you guys deciding what you want to do next and how you want to handle the coming issues. Namely, the Lich somewhere to the north, the individual in charge of an entire town of criminals somewhere on the continent, and the mastermind behind the entire Brotherhood of Chains, and by proxy, attempting to revive a long-dead vampire to the south. But you guys may have a few things that you wish to handle first. So, who wants to go first?
Suppose I can start with the summon or find greater seed, because that's a solo thing, whereas the daylight spell on the orrery will probably require more people.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So you are basically just resummoning Balus, correct?
I'm using find greater seed to resummon Blues in a stronger form.
Yes. You will begin casting find greater steed. Sorry. Whatever. I can't remember the exact name for it. And you will resummon the same celestial spirit that inhabited the form of Balus, just in a different form. As you do, you're looking at the body of a large dark brown colored great horse with deep brown wings sprouting out from their back, which they then will stretch outward slightly and then tuck back into their body. You can see that their hooves have split and now have almost like cloven into like three, though they're still vaguely hoof-like, but they seem almost jagged towards the ends, almost pointed. And the mouth of Balus is different. You can see that his lips seem to kind of like bump and bulge in areas, and he kind of like opens his mouth and yawns slightly. You can see he has just a row of sharp canine-like teeth lining the inside of his mouth now.
Good to see you back and doing well. As Ignatius just kind of feeds him a handful of sugar peas.
Kind of starts, he's tipping his head back to chew now, because it seems like his molars are further back and his canines are further to the front. He is maybe not fully herbivorous like he used to be.
No problem.
But he appears to be in good shape. You have your new and improved Balus.
Perhaps we should introduce you to the others so they do not panic.
Do you want to do so?
Yes, because it's better than someone stumbling across him and being like, what?
What the fuck is that?
So, wherever people are gathering, Ignatius is going to go there and just say, I've resummoned Blues in a different form. You should get acquainted.
Does he have fangs now?
Don't worry about it.
You know, I thought he was gonna kill me before, but I think he can do it now with his teeth.
I think you better get to practicing your apologies.
We had to cancel classes last week.
I don't. Is that a vampire horse?
Oh no, nothing of the sort.
Never seen anything.
I don't even think that is possible with the spell.
I don't know what's up here.
In fairness, Fizzy, I've never seen that either. I've been a baby my whole life.
You know, anything is possible. Okay.
I believe that this current form is based off of a monstrosity.
It's certainly
However,
monstrous.
he is still a celestial.
Okay.
Well, as long as he's still on our side. Or your side
most certainly.
specifically.
Terrible creature.
Stop sniffing me. Stop it. I don't have anything.
Pulls your fucking gun out.
Yeah. Stop chewing my serape.
So who would like to do something next? You guys do still have your to-do list.
If Fizzy is prepared, we can go see my goddaughter and repair her hand.
Sure.
We don't have to do it right now, but I figured it would be fairly
No, it's fine.
quick.
I thought I prepped it. I mean, it doesn't matter. I can prep it when I wake up, so I figure.
I mean, that's very much an option for you guys, considering that you had to sleep. It is also, I will point out, it is not well, technically it's daytime. It's midnight, so it is the morning.
So we should probably do the daylight stuff in here first and go out at like a regular normal time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I also have daylight prepared, so we can do it for 2 hours.
And
To study it for 2 hours. Because I think
Also
daylight's
any-
an hour, right?
yeah, last an hour.
Okay.
And yeah, we should do any non-travel plans,
Yeah.
because if we intend on using the train to bring us or the cart anywhere, then they're not open yet.
So let's do that first then.
That's easily doable. So you guys make your way back over to the orrery, now inactive, save for the placement of the various satellites and planets that are orbiting this planet that you live on. So who wants to cast the daylight spell out of curiosity?
I think.
We both have it.
Yeah.
You Fizzy has more spell slots,
Yeah,
but
I can do it.
Ignatius doesn't use his as much and can use his channel divinity to get it back.
We could also
So.
do, if we want to do a full like 2 hours of time to like if we want to give it like a good chunk of time, and do 2 hours and do one each.
Yeah, that also works.
So you can get it back, and I have more spell slots. So I don't want to use like a bunch of spell slots, but I can use one, and you can use one, and then you can always get yours back, and I'm good because I have plenty of spell slots. And I think 2 hours should be a good amount of time for, because I'm assuming Fitz is gonna look at it. So I feel like that's a good amount of time. Fitz and maybe Darius. I don't know if Darius is gonna. No.
I'm not really sciencey smart.
I will also look at it, but it wouldn't. I don't know how much help I'll be, but I can try, I guess. I don't know if I'll be a lot of help though. I am a Stars Druid though, so maybe that I don't know. Maybe that provides some help. I think Fizzy's just fascinated with it anyway, so.
Yeah.
Because this is more stars than she's ever seen in her life.
Gotcha. So casting daylight into the small opening at the very at the center of the orrery, you will see significantly more than you did the last few times you attempted to do this. You see everything from the constellations that should be present around here to depictions of what look like galaxies and other distant astrological phenomena. It is rather illuminating. You get to see quite a bit more detail on the skies around you. And small movements of the actual orrery via a few dials and levers. You can see that there are shifts in the movement of the stars themselves and the planets and everything around it, giving you guys all a very accurate reference of what is going on.
Would my
Mhm.
greasy piece stuck in my throat.
Mhm.
Would my fast study feature come into play here? Okay, maybe.
In the sense of what in particular, out of curiosity?
Just that it would take half the time it would take anyone else for me to like, because I know we're planning on spending like hours studying this thing.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly will get a faster grasp on it than other individuals. But with that said, it is still basically an incredibly detailed and complicated mechanism that is simulating all the movements that are happening.
Right.
So memorizing it is difficult even for you, because it's a bit like memorizing a thesaurus at that point.
Right.
So is there any specific pieces of information you want to try and obtain from the orrery out of curiosity?
I, Jill, am what the kids call a dumbass. But if there's anything that's pertinent to what we need to know, because I don't really know what information you could glean from like the stars.
I mean, ultimately, it's basically movement of stars that is the most pertinent. There are a few unique astrological events that you do note coming up. So first off, there is a fairly noticeable void of stars that are present in the sky. And even with this very detailed orrery, you can see that there's nothing there. It's basically just this very wide hole that is just blank.
Don't like that.
Yeah. You can see that it looks like, given the approximation of where you would be on the globe at the center of the orrery, coming within like the next year, maybe two, there is going to be a moment where the moon blocks out the sun and it's going to be aligned up directly with that void.
That seems important. And I'm not I don't like that.
Or pure coincidence.
I don't believe in coincidence.
Are there many coincidences here?
In real life, most things are coincidences. In the game, if Connor's including it, who knows?
Please no. I don't know if this is just like campaign 1 survival instinct going off.
Mhm.
There is a giant yellow bell ringing in my head. And
Oh,
I don't know
God.
if the king of that color perhaps is interested in that giant voided space.
Oh God, please.
But I don't know.
know.
Again, that could just be me going crazy. But like as soon as you said a big void in space, my brain was like, not again.
Is this perhaps based upon the... I forget how it's pronounced. Boots void?
Yes, the idea of a large section of space that has no stars in it is indeed based off of the Boots Void, which
Yeah.
is a real thing, and it's kind of freaky.
Yeah, it's so there are some things in there,
Yeah,
but
there
the
are
density is
Much
like
less.
so much lower.
It's very fascinating in its own way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's based off of the Boots Void. I can provide you an exact date as to when this
Occurred.
occurrence is going to happen. It looks like it is going to be happening winter 1966, specifically the 37th.
Which is... Where are we now? I'm sorry, I need to like look at dates and stuff. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
So a year and a half from now.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another party's worry.
Yeah, we have other things.
This is
Because this game will be over by then.
this is a useful tidbit that will come in handy later that our next characters won't know about.
Yes.
Jill, don't worry, it's a later problem. It's not happening for another year and a half.
Good.
It's not an
Oh,
us
fuck.
problem.
I can't do it again. Not so soon.
we might have to do it later, but not as us.
Yeah.
I can think of a
Just
few
your
other
story.
things to show.
What else would you be curious about?
One thing would be determining if this is a purely physical or if there is a magical aspect to the star map.
Oh, so the star map itself is like how it is made is it is physically constructed, but with the way some of these pieces would have to be size-wise, it was made by magic with the tower.
Yeah. See, so it was... We could see if there was any sort of shift in stars or anything on the day that the sky cracked. We could also see, because each year with the Earth's rotation, the stars should be at roughly the same position year after year, while they might move about across the seasons with the tilt of the planet. We could see if there is any series of recent stars in an area going out. Just basically time lapse 1 year to the next.
Well, I mean, if you go back to, let me try and see if I can remember the exact dates. 'Cause it was after the sky shifted. It'd be about, I think it's like maybe a season or so just after that happened. You see that there is an odd moment where the stars that match up with what is around the globe itself markedly shift for a very brief period of time and then shift back to normal.
Who knows what could have even happened there? That seems crazy.
So that
Also,
is definitely also a notable thing that occurs.
Yeah. That's for if there's any unusual disappearance of stars in an area. Year after year.
Yes, Joel.
if we have to deal with that eclipse in campaign 3, and I have a wife and child to worry about, you're gonna make me go gray in real life. You're gonna watch
Could
me
be a
start
campaign
graying at the
4.
fucking temples.
Well, to be fair, campaign 3 is supposed to take place at the same time as campaign 2. Unless
Around the same
Connors
time
changed
that,
his mind.
no, it's around the same time that campaign 2 ends. So basically, it's starting in summer.
Linear.
Yeah.
So it could be a thing at the start of campaign 4.
I don't even want to think about campaign 4. I haven't even drawn my campaign 3 character yet successfully.
Also, don't
I keep
worry,
drawing him
Jill.
different. It's
Your
not
character
working.
could get divorced, you know? What?
Don't you ever say that again to
Don't you
Jill.
ever. How dare you?
Okay,
Wait.
is that all that we glean from the thing, or?
Yeah, there's not very much tremendous that one could glean from it. You could get more detailed information on constellations if you wanted that, or Fizzy wanted that in character, and
Fizzy,
use that to and
Yeah.
use that to like mark down what they look like, when they'd be appearing at proper times, stuff like that.
I would ask
But-
someone to do that for me.
Yeah,
Keep track for me, because I do not know how.
but it is not a tremendously pertinent thing for this campaign. It just gives a little nod and a wink towards things that may happen in the future.
Yeah.
Although-
Okay.
We could also look at a cursory level into upcoming astrological events apart from that eclipse. As if people are not studying this actively, it could be used to deceive someone about being a future seer, if necessary. Might be able to be used to get into certain circles or events.
I would say, Cody, is don't be concerned with the eclipse for this campaign.
Yeah, not the eclipse, but other events.
That's fair. But is there anything else that you guys wish to do with this little thing right now, or no? Okay. So there are still a few other things that you guys have around here. Actually, Costella, there were a few things that you put on your to-do list. So do you wish to try and reach out to Vera and Electos?
I mean, yeah, that she doesn't want. I mean, she's gonna cry before she does this, but she's losing her mind right now. Sure, just to help her mentality a little bit.
Okay, you can do that very easily.
Okay.
Going to the. Oh shit! No, it's midnight.
No, probably not the best time because there might be asleep.
But, to be fair, would Cass be thinking about that after crying her eyes out in a room?
This is fair.
That's true. But I don't want to disturb. I mean, she can wait till morning, I'm sure.
That is entirely up to you.
I can wait till morning. Definitely she won't have nightmares for sure.
Kaz, you decide to brave it out and wait until morning.
Yeah. Gonna sleep on it.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep on it. Let me check. Who else mentioned anything?
I think the regenerate would also
likely be a
take
morning
into
thing.
morning, and until we hear from Kaz that Phaon might not be entirely dealt with, we can't pursue other things like the Way Fountain.
Mhm. But that is something that will have to be dealt with in a bit. So in that case, since it is basically midnight, are there any things that you guys want to do now, or do you want to start putting things off a little bit more, and start looking into other options, and kind of push this, kind of fast forward things into morning? That's 2 votes fast forward.
I say we
Yeah,
should
free.
briefly check up on Hadrian because we all rested for 8 hours, so we can see if his condition has improved from being out in the cold.
Oh, he is still being treated for frostbite. Namely, he is being kept warm. A heater is now being brought into the room, and circulation. And Shay is occasionally checking circulation on his appendages to make sure that he can still feel fingers and toes. If Hadrian is conscious, he is doing a very good job at hiding it. More likely than not, he is just kind of nodded off. He has gone to sleep effectively. Whether or not he'll be waking up anytime soon is not clear.
Fitz is posting up in a chair outside of the door, of Hadrian's door, and that's where he's resting.
Okay, you can do so. Okay, you guys will have a leisurely midnight into morning. Just kind of relaxing and checking over a few things while you wait for time to stretch on and into a more socially acceptable time for you guys to be waking people up and talking with them and asking what to do and seeing if anyone needs hands regenerated and stuff like that.
You mean you don't want to break into someone's house, regenerate their hand overnight, and have them wake up and be like, what?
That's typically socially frowned upon socially, so yes.
Especially when the person that's happening to is somebody who's already had their house broken into, and then somebody tried to kill them. So like, we don't need to like make the PTSD worse.
There's a joke like it's like Santa breaking in, giving you a new hand. Like
Santa.
Imagine a fantasy Santa who does things like including
regenerates
giving you a new
limbs.
body part. Like,
I don't like the Santa Claus. It's kind of creepy. You guys will mill about until around 8 o'clock in the morning, working on various small projects. In the meantime, come 8 o'clock, I will have a brief scene with one of you before I do that. So Costella,
Yeah.
you are attempting to get some sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? I'm assuming you are sleeping in your room in the cart.
Well, if she cried, then yeah, she wouldn't let anybody know that she did.
Fair enough. I just need to check. Shutting yourself away into your room in the cart, you will see that Ruben is not currently in there. He is not currently in the room with you.
Oh, okay, I mean, he's probably making something, I don't know.
And you will try to lay down and just allow yourself to drift off to sleep as best you can. And as you are doing so, you can't help but feel like you see flickers of movement in the nearby mirror you have in your room.
Like a regular mirror?
Yeah, just like you have a standing mirror basically for checking your clothes and stuff
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't help but feel like you saw some flickers of movement inside the mirror.
Ruben, are you up right now?
You do not hear a response.
Maybe someone is awake. I don't know. I'm gonna try to go to sleep.
You'll never be rid of me.
Huh? Who
You'll
said
never
that?
be rid of me.
Oh. I thought they sealed you away, Phaon.
Maybe they did. They stuffed me in a bag. Certainly.
What do you want from me?
Want? Who says I need to want anything?
Well, you're still in my head.
Hmm. Am I?
I mean, you've been in there for quite a while.
Well, maybe I am in your head, in a way.
I still don't understand why you even try to kill my friends. Like, I did everything you asked, and yet you still try to kill them.
Why do you steal? Why do you slink around? It's fun.
Because it's the
fun to-
condition that I
It's
have.
fun
It's
to
not.
twist you
It's
all around
not.
my fingers.
It's not fun, Phaon. I
As you're
still don't understand.
as you're
I really
speaking
don't.
this as you're speaking this aloud, you can't help but see that there is now a figure in the mirror itself, kind of looking in, peering over at you. And you can see the faintest image of almost like a shade, like a transparent outline of a male body in the other corner, looking like someone wearing like a long overcoat with a hat, two bright red eyes.
Oh my god, it's Bill from Gravity Falls!
It's
A
what's his
hat?
what's that guy's name? Frank, the nightmare guy.
Frank!
I mean, I
Jimmy
intentionally
the
gave him a very
Nightmare
mundane name, but still.
Randy, was it Randy? Randall?
Freaking Dave
Randall.
Matthews
Randall O'Dim.
It's Bill Cipher!
Bill Cipher! Holy shit!
All right. A few of you are close. One of you is very far off.
Yeah, Jolly's a close one. It's Bill Cipher.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think she's.
We know. Fucking
Jokes aside.
triangle doing here.
For reference, it is a fedora style hat, not a pointy milady.
Immediately.
I
Lady.
hear fedora and
The internet has bred responses into us. I need to make this all clear. They will never come out.
Wait,
We'll be in our late 60s and we're gonna see a fedora and go, milady.
Did we both do that at the same time? Because I was looking at a different screen.
Yes.
We did?
Yeah, Jill did it too.
Connor, did you say it was bled into us?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The internet's fucked us all. You know this.
Hey, yo, buy me dinner first. What
The internet will
hell,
never buy
internet?
us dinner.
Damn. Actually, the internet bought me a coffee yesterday. Because DoorDash is on the internet and they gave me money.
It's different.
They treated me to coffee.
Jolly.
Oh, right. The figure.
Still your scene, Chief.
Yeah.
joking aside from
Yeah.
the side.
Humor aside.
You said it's a male figure with a hat and
Basically like a long kind of overcoat, like one that drapes down to like the feet, and a flat brimmed hat, kind of squared off, like a fedora is the best way of describing it.
and it's a yellow outline or yellow transparent.
No, it's like black but like transparent. Like you can see like a faint lined shape of a man.
What the fuck are you doing in my room?
The man will disregard you with his sharp red eyes, and he will say nothing in response.
Okay, I mean, you don't scare me, man. Like, if anything, you're invading my space by being in my mirror.
You say this to him, and he kind of stops and looks at you for a moment, and then looks at the mirror. And he cocks his head, just a touch.
Okay. Again, can you please leave the mirror? This is kind of, You're not allowed to be here.
Back from all the stranger danger posters. Neighborhood watch has never been more relevant.
Oh my god, he's just like those neighborhood watch signs. You know what I mean? With the like shadow guy, and they're like, watch for strangers.
I'll get into the details of what exactly this is based off of in just a moment. But the man will turn to you, regard you for a moment, and he will just fade away.
Okay. I mean, if you were trying to scare me, you don't really come off as scary. Can't deal with this bullshit. I'm going to bed. Nice sleep.
You turn over and try to go back to sleep. And this time you don't hear the sound of Phaon trying to speak at you.
Nightmare man trying to give me nightmares.
Just for reference, Becca, you're remembering the little image of like the neighborhood watch symbol of an individual with an overcoat, kind of like looking creepy. It is my personal opinion that is what has kind of caused the like the shadow person idea of the Hat Man, which is what Randall O'Dim is based off of.
Oh my
Not
god.
the Hat
Oh,
Man.
You've taken too much NyQuil and Benadryl together.
Oh my god.
NyQuil and Benadryl.
You owe the Hat Man money.
Also, I went back to 2022 and found the old art of Randall O'Dim.
Yeah, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I just spelled Randall about 100 different ways.
Randall.
Yeah. I missed an L, but it still popped up. Just took replacing an E with an A. I knew it was somewhere though, because I remember that motherfucker.
The Milady hat is
Randall.
actually a trilby. I'll have you know.
Listen, we don't need to be
I'm
pedantic
gonna
here.
milady both of them.
Exactly.
That.
We don't need to
The
be
whole
pedantic
genre
here.
of hat.
That is a genre. Exactly, it's a genre of hat.
And if you're wearing
It's a
one, I'm
vibe,
judging you.
and those two are the vibe of Milady.
Morning has come. Kaz, would you like to roll a wisdom save, please?
Aw, man. Okay. Wisdom. What is
You
that?
did not sleep well. Please mark off 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay. Where's the exhaustion point
Not
thing?
this again.
I think it's in the upper left around your character.
If
thing.
I had
There's
a
smiley face.
nickel, every time I get a nightmare from the nightmare man, it'd be 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it happened to me.
How has it happened twice to you? I'm so sorry, Jolly.
Because Jolly has set up her characters for Connor to take full advantage of this stuff.
It's true.
I mean, yeah, basically. That's effectively the answer. Jolly is good about making characters with anxieties and issues that would call for nightmares and trouble sleeping.
I can remove a level of exhaustion, I think.
Yeah, Greater Restoration removes 1 level, or
I
if
don't
we
have-
find
I don't think
Uh,
the rest of...
Well,
Potion.
that is a problem for later, so don't worry.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not...
a Potion of Vitality removes all levels of exhaustion.
That's also overkill. So, Kaz, you wake up. You have slept poorly. You see
Yeah.
that at some point during the night, Ruben did come back into the room. It looks like he has grabbed fabric that he could find, much of which was basically in either one bolt or was from matching bolts that would do well color-wise. And he has basically sewn himself something like a sleeveless overcoat. So it's got room for his arms. But it kind of drapes down to his legs. It's basically just like a simple light cloth jacket without sleeves. Though it does have openings for other arms to protrude, it appears, as the armholes are much larger than his arms currently are.
He's multi-classing into wizard.
He has also made what looks like a small backpack for himself. Or more accurately, a knapsack. It's just got one of those little ties that you can use to cinch it shut.
Oh my god, you made that, Ruben!
He nods.
Aw! Look at you taking up Tana's hobby of making things.
He nods.
I made myself sad again. I didn't sleep well last night.
Ruben will frown slightly. He'll nod at you.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it makes any sense, but I think Phaon is still contacting me in my brain. And there was a weird hat guy in the mirror.
He'll kind of scrunch his brow a little bit.
I don't know. Maybe this is just all the consequences of my actions now haunting over me.
Ruben will kind of purse his lips a little bit. And he'll just kind of he'll just bring out one of his arms and he'll just kind of pat you slightly on your thigh. Because he is bigger, but he is not that large, so he can't reach your shoulder easily.
That'll be fine. Though, maybe I need to check up on the others to see if the curse has been fully lifted or not. I'm not sure. But I'll ask them, Ruben.
He'll nod.
I just wait for the others to be awake or not be busy.
Most everybody is either dozing off or just kind of lazing about the tower.
Who cleans curses? Is it Iggy?
technically, I think Ignatius can. Fizzy might be able to. Fanny might be able to. I do have Remove Curse prepared, but who knows?
Darius also can. I need to point out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
maybe see if we can go to the super curse remove fountain.
The wave fountain that cured Fitz.
Fits, yeah.
Mhm.
And just dunk you in there.
So
There are options.
I feel
I
like
just wanted to know,
Ignatius.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Ignatius would not have gone to sleep like twice back to back, and probably would have just been doing light exercise for large portions of the time.
8 hours straight, light exercise.
Yeah, you have to take
Bro's
some breaks.
training for a tough mudder, apparently.
You have to take some breaks between reps, but I mean, he would.
Is there a way? This is sound really weird because I
Mm.
want to do this, but Fizzy, I don't know if it's actually humanly possible. Is there a way to be inside and not in the orrery and to like look at the sky? Because this is like the first time we've been awake at like night, but I don't want to freeze.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you could use the tower and try to see if there's a spot where you could find something like that.
Like I want to see if there's like an observatory or something while we wait for it to be a regular time.
Yeah. So you will begin to ascend the stairs of the tower itself, attempting to find something. And at a certain point, you'll feel the bite of cold wind, and you'll see an opening that is present where the stairs make their way up into something towards the very top of the tower.
I go through.
Yep. You find yourself standing in what is basically a large flattened room with open walls. So it is still quite cold.
Ugh.
Absolutely. And you can see that this looks like it's almost like a platform that's been set out for someone to get a full look of everything around there. Though there is some kind of a trench that is carved into like the edge of the platform itself with some kind of slightly viscous liquid inside of it.
What is that?
Your nuts are kind of black colored, slightly oily, got a sheen to it.
That's weird. I don't like weird liquids like that. I'm gonna, I guess, back out because I don't think I can walk in without touching it.
No, because you are entering through the center.
Oh, okay. So I don't. Is it surrounding the whole thing on the outside?
Yeah, it's like a small thin trench that's dug around the outside edge. That's it.
Okay, so I will not worry about that then. I will go up out. Is there like a closet with like coats?
So there is not a closet with like with coats and the such. As remember, most everything that was not part of the tower was taken. So there are no spare jackets.
I'm cold. This is not good for me. I will stay
Yeah.
there as long as my body can handle it, because it's freezing. So it's probably not gonna be very long, and then I'll go back out. And
Okay,
I'll
that's fair.
wander until it's ready to go.
That's fair. You can do so. You will spend some time and relax out here, enjoying the look at the stars. It is a nice opportunity to see them yet again, though it is cold, unfortunately. But some sacrifices are made. Hold on a moment. There we go. I apologize. When the dawn comes, the cold wind will become slightly more comfortable, though still not warm. It is the difference between freezing temperatures and something slightly more acceptable. And now that you have the light of the dawn, you can see that the black fluid kind of catches light and gets this kind of rainbowy prismatic effect to it. You realize you were probably sitting around a trench of oil, which you could have lit for heat.
You know what?
It's fair.
We've dealt with a lot of shit.
Yeah, I know.
I've liked a little bit of warmth before.
It's okay. Fizzy isn't smart. She's wise.
Yeah, exactly. I
And in
don't know,
fairness, the wiser reaction to mysterious liquids is to not touch it. So.
Yeah.
My guess would have been oil or pitch.
Yeah,
Either.
I mean, I figured it was probably oil, to be fair. I don't think I have anything that will, like, light a thing anyway. I don't think there's matches or anything around here, so. And mind you, I'm good with nature, but I don't have 2 sticks to rub together, so.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Can't you
As soon as
light
it's a-
fires with Druidcraft?
Could I?
I don't know.
I've never.
I will check.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't used Druidcraft in so long.
I forget.
Oh yeah, I can light or snuff out a candle, torch, or small campfire. So I guess
you
I
can do
can
that.
spark that. Yeah, I'll spark that until we're ready to like heat up. I would also just like to heat up in general because it's hot. I mean it's cold. I mean hot. So like she'll like spark it with Druidcraft and warm up a bit.
Fair enough. All of you have begun doing your own things. Morning is now here, so reaching out to people is now something you can do without any concerns of waking them up if you wish to do so. If you want, Kaz, we can go straight to that while other folks try and decide what they want to do next.
Okay, I can do that then.
Okay. Kaz, climbing your way through the chest, you will make your way back to the actual cart itself and look into the mirror of omniscience with this crack going through it. And who will you call upon the image of?
Vera, since I haven't talked to her in a while.
You call upon the image of Vera. And you'll see that she is basically, she has gotten out of bed and she has gotten dressed. You see that she's basically like washed her face and has cooked herself some breakfast. It looks like it's basically some kind of meat and basically potatoes. So nothing extraordinary, but a decent breakfast to get you some energy. And she'll look up and go, oh, nice to see you again.
Hi, Vera.
Hi there. Doing well?
Not really, no.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. This is just something I have to deal with for a little bit.
Well, I'm sure you and your friends will be able to figure something out for whatever's happening.
Yeah. Have you met Electus yet? The last time I heard.
The mercenary.
Yeah.
Highlander. Yeah, I've met her.
Oh.
She's different than I would expect.
Different. What do you mean by different?
Well, I had a bit of an image of what you and your friends were like. And Miss Electos doesn't really fall into that category. She's much more crass. I mean, she's entertaining to talk to and hang around with, certainly, but she is crass.
Did she say something inappropriate?
No, well, no. I mean, I haven't heard it. It's not anything I haven't heard before, but
Okay.
still, it was unexpected.
She's like that. But she's a fine gal. Don't worry about it.
No, she is a very nice person and honestly rather refreshing to hang around.
Aw.
I've had my fair share of people who attempt to be expect me to act differently or try to change how I behave, and Miss Electos doesn't try that. It's nice.
Yeah. I mean, she also, I don't know if you heard, there was one time that when I met her in Hargrak, I think, there was a bunch of dwarves that was trying to fight her, but she won! So she didn't want to take the bullying, you know, as an
Yes.
elf.
Yeah, she strikes me as a forceful individual.
Yeah. Forceful's the right word. Mm-hmm. Oh, I would have mentioned Ruben. Ruben! You want to see Vera? I don't think she's seen you big yet.
What do you mean?
Well, he's big now. He's not small anymore. Big monkey.
Ruben will kind of come in and will kind of walk near the mirror, and Vera will go, "He's larger now."
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. Disappoint me.
I think the monkey should go back to his small size. Perhaps.
Saying what we all thought.
Mira's brave enough to say it. The rest is like, big Ruben. He's not settling at all.
Ignatius didn't know the smaller size.
That's true.
Well, he's not small anymore, but he can.
No,
Yeah.
he isn't. Well, I suppose if that's how he grows, that's fine, I guess. But still,
He's fine. I think he's smarter now.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
mean, it's good that he's become a touch more intelligent.
Hmm.
But no, it's just I miss it when he was smaller.
Yeah, me too. But he's a big boy now, so he's fine. All grown up.
You will see that you say that out loud, and Ruben is now giving you this like squinty-eyed, partially open mouth look, like what the fuck?
Ruben, don't embarrass me. What he said.
He's kind of like puts his hands up, like what the fuck are you saying?
A mother to his child would not biologically.
Ruben shakes his head no.
Oh. Ruben. Oh, I'll come visit at some point, Vera. Honestly, I know my birthday's coming up, and I just want to do something, to break the stress currently.
Well, that sounds fine to me. I wouldn't have any issues with you popping by or trying to give you a moment to relax.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well,
fine to me.
I'll let the others know, when the time comes. But we're gonna go off killing a lich, like it's dangerous.
Do you even know what a lich is?
I don't necessarily know what that is, but be safe, of course.
I'll try.
Are you okay?
Uh, like I said, Vera, I'm not really in a good mental state right now.
I can understand that.
It'd be
You know-
so easy to just jump there right now.
Castella, maybe once this is done, you should consider maybe something of a retirement.
I mean, it's not like this job. Well, I can't necessarily work in the circus anymore.
Well, why not?
You net 20 that. As far as she knows, you're on top of your game.
Well, I gave up performing.
I suppose so, but there are other things you can do other than adventuring if you have to.
Yeah. If there's a better suited role for me, that is, but only time will tell right now.
Well, that's how this all works. Yes, there's not many people will settle with just one thing and do that for the rest of forever. People will go do other things. And when it becomes stressful or dangerous, sometimes that is the best and smartest thing you can do.
Well, when all of this is over, but right now I can't leave them yet.
No, I'm not saying that you need to leave them right now. That would be different. But perhaps trying to pursue something normal would be less stressful.
Yeah. Well, oh, I also got news. Finally, Fitz confessed to his boyfriend.
Oh, that's good. Are they going out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there needs to be some rough patches. They haven't gone on a date yet. So,
I mean, we could have a double date with them if that would be good. I mean, maybe when things calm down a bit.
I would bring that idea to Fitz. And if he runs, I'll go chase after him. Oh yeah,
By the
anyway.
way, Electos is hitting on me quite a bit. I didn't want to mention it because she's your friend, but I wasn't sure how to respond to it.
You know, that's fair. I don't know how to respond to that either. I mean, we could go on a date at some point. Who knows? Just not right now.
Oh, you mean with Yumi and Fitz and their new partner?
Well, yeah, but I mean, also we could hang out with Electos and see where that goes.
Do I have Vera statted out?
What? Why do you need
He's
Vera
trying
statted
to
out?
do an insight check. Or intelligence check.
You know, it's
Roll
no,
for
it is so
monogamy.
insight.
Roll for monogamy.
Wait,
Wait, do you mean
I
like
think
bringing Electos into our, like, also dating Electos?
I mean, yes, I thought we talked about this before. Unless you don't want to, that's completely fine.
Oh, that's what you meant.
You think I meant?
I wasn't sure at first. I was a little confused during the conversation, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, it's
oh,
okay.
well, I wouldn't say no. Miss Electos is a very, very attractive woman. I will. Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
Vera, you can tell me if you're not sure of certain things. It's okay.
No, it's not that. I've been getting hit on a lot by her, so I wasn't sure how to act.
You know, to be quite honest with you, the first time I met her, she grabbed my boobs, so I don't really know how to respond to that.
Intentionally? You didn't just stab her?
Well, no, she tripped over by
Oh, okay.
accident. Yeah, but it took a while to recover from getting up.
Well, I guess I could have that conversation with Electos. I didn't think you meant it like that.
Oh. Like I said, we could probably figure out a date that we could hang out together. And
Yeah.
maybe I'll drag Fitz and his boyfriend at some point.
Wouldn't that be making them the fourth and fifth wheels? That
Yes.
feels like a little
Yes,
awkward.
I know, but to be quite honest, they haven't gone a normal day without anything wrong happening. They've been going through really hard stuff right now. Honestly, a normal day for them would be nice.
Okay. Well, I suppose I'll have that conversation with Electos.
Okay.
It was nice talking to you again, Kaz.
No problem. I love you, Vera.
Love you too. And again, remember, you don't need to keep doing this when it's done. You can do something else.
I'll think on it.
That's okay. That's good. Be safe, okay?
Okay.
And then you will end the connection.
Now where's Fitz?
He is near Hadrian's room where he is resting.
I slammed the door.
Fitz is doing the dad sleep in the chair, where he's got his hands like this, and he's just head back against the wall, like. The door
my eyes.
I'm not sleeping. I'm just resting my eyes. He'll almost fall out of the chair as the door slams. What?
Is Hadrian okay?
I haven't been in. I've been sitting here, awake.
Right. Okay. I told Vera about Hadrian.
Now, why would you do that?
What do you mean?
I only mean that I confessed at quite possibly the worst possible time.
Yeah, but I confessed her when you were going through that whole weapon thing.
Yes, but Hadrian has just had his life turned upside down. And in the middle of that, I decided, why not one more stick in the spokes? You know? Just really throw him off his game. I get a backbone one time, at quite possibly the worst time to get a backbone.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah?
Whatever with the bad day. Listen, I was just... I've been going through rough stuff right now, okay? As well.
You seem
And
a
I'm
bit
pretty...
manic. Are you alright?
Well, it's more like I think Phaon is still inside my brain, and then there's also like a nightmare man also haunting me in the mirror, but we don't know right now. All I ask is that maybe we could go on a double date with you and Hadrian, and also me and Vera and Electos at some point.
Yeah, sure. Can we rewind a bit
Oh, okay.
to that part about Phaon possibly still being in your mind? And did you say a nightmare man or a hat
Yeah,
man? What did you?
Hat Man, I guess. He was wearing a fedora.
And this was in the car
In
or in
my
the tower.
room.
In your
Yeah,
room.
in my room. And Phaon was still in my head while sleeping, but also in the bathhouse.
I am very glad you've told me this. We are going to go tell everyone now.
Aw,
Yeah.
okay. Are you
That's what
guys, are you
happens.
gonna tell them about the double date idea, though?
I don't really think that's on my list of important things right now. As exciting as that sounds, the possibility of that.
Priorities, dear.
Priority.
Gonna just sort of stick with Phaon and the Hat Man.
If Fitz is your ride, you don't have to tell anyone else. Because he's the only one you have to call to get back.
We could sneak away and go on a double date. Sneaky. Nobody needs to know.
Wouldn't it be suspicious if Granny knew where we were going?
Nah, we're going shopping. We're going shopping. You have wait. I'm really bad at telling lies. Are you any? You're also bad at telling lies, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know. Good to know. Keep that one locked and loaded.
I think out of your list of all the people involved in that date, Fitz, Kaz, and Vera are horrendous at telling lies. Hadrian and Electos are probably great, but wouldn't care and would just go out with it.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, Fitz will corral Kaz to the common area, or I guess where everyone's gathered, in whether that be the tower or the cart.
Right. Yeah.
Well, Kaz is ushered in to the area, the common area where most of you guys are, by Fitz. A few of you are eating breakfast. Some of you are working on some small projects. One of you is creating what appears to be a bath bomb.
Darius is making bath bombs at the breakfast table.
I mean, she has the proficiency to do that, so.
If I didn't see you
I
make those, they would look so tasty.
Granny, these are no. Have you ever ate soap?
Once or twice.
Then you know exactly how this tastes. I know it smells like grapefruit. Don't eat it.
I know. I'm just saying they look tasty. You're doing a good job. My goodness.
1 second. Ruben, put it down.
Ruben, you don't want to eat that. We just had this discussion.
It literally will fizz in your mouth. Do you want to feel that? Do you want to feel it foam in your mouth?
Make it sound appealing.
They don't do that on the mic.
Ruben?
He'll set it back down.
I was like, Ruben, can you get poison? Because I'm pretty sure lye gets used.
You're like my child. Except you know better, Ruben.
He does this on purpose, which I don't know if that's worse.
I think it is. Just trying to make some bath bombs because someone
doesn't
will.
have quite the repercussions for these negative behaviors.
Oh, hey,
someone
it's
won't
Kaz and
leave.
Fit. Where are
Do
you
you
two
guys want
been?
to smell a bath bomb?
Don't eat it.
You look awful right now, and Fitz, why is your face all red?
Not important. Tell them. Explain.
Phaon's still in my head. Nightmare Fedora Man in mirror. No, let me phrase that. Not in the magic mirror, in my own bedroom mirror.
Are you sure you weren't dreaming?
I tried sleeping. Does it look like I slept?
No.
No, but if you,
We
I don't know.
We
I'm not
tried
an
her-
expert on curses.
tried to remove curse, didn't we?
Yes,
I did
that's how
remove
we
curse.
separated the dagger, although some are more powerful than that.
We might have to go to the big fountain that we use for fits.
Can we
You mean
sense
for the
if
greater
there,
curses?
Yeah.
Can we sense if there is a curse first before we make that journey?
That's the thing. Curses are generally impossible to detect without use of such a spell as Legend Lore, and even then, they might only be hinted at. Because Kaz used the dagger, it would more likely suggest that, and not whether or not Phaon's persisting around her. Also, for those who are a bit more religiously inclined, does the shadow figure resemble any sort of deity or other being that might have taken an interest?
Well, he's not one of the old ones, that's for sure.
Pull out his fucking.
Did he look like this?
Which one of these did he look like?
Connor, what would we roll for this?
For something like this, well, for identifying a potential deity, it will be knowledge religion.
What if I don't think it's a deity?
What do you think it is?
Well, something in the mirror that's taunting you sounds like a demon to me, not a.
Okay, that's still religion.
Yeah,
Alright. Religion's intelligence, right?
it is. I might as well roll as well. I don't have
Cool.
proficiency.
I have
but
advantage
gonna do
because it
immediately.
counts as researching myth and lore.
It does.
Iggy still rolled the best.
I mean, extraplanar beings are kind of his specialty.
This is true. So Ignatius, on the context of the figure in the mirror, Kaz didn't get a direct look at them, so you don't know for sure what that would be. As for the dark figure with red eyes, you know what it is, and Fitz also knows what it is, as Fitz carries their symbol with their keychain of deities. That is Randall Dim. He is one of the new gods. He is. Let me make sure I get his epithet right. If
Our God is an awesome
some
God.
god he reigns.
His name
God,
is
help.
Randall Loaded.
Help! Please stop! No, you're gonna give Michelle some flashbacks.
Hey man, I went to a Christian school up until the 3rd grade, and I attended church through all of that.
Yeah.
So
That song
I'm giving
had a-
myself flashbacks.
Randall Dim is the god of shadows and nightmares. He is also a more, as with a lot of the new deities, he falls into a unique category of how he appears. Most of the time, the old gods were these beings that would only appear in moments of great distress, and their true forms were bright or hard to look at in some way, shape, or form. A lot of the new deities are more mundane in appearance, and some of them will wander the same plane as mortals. In the case of Randall O'Dim, he does not exactly wander the same plane, or if he does, he's doing it in a very much a less literal sense of the term. He likes to show up wherever nightmares or fear is the strongest. So when people are experiencing particularly intense nightmares, or some kind of fear of theirs is going to cause nightmares, he tends to show up at the same time.
Yes. I suppose the two of us generally relay the information.
Yeah. It's feeding effectively. He is directly getting what he wants. That's why he chose.
Seems that he's a bit of a non-issue, simply feeding off of the energy, but not causing it, except perhaps heightening paranoia a bit with his presence. If the issue with Phaon is resolved, then there likely will be no reason for him to persist.
So we fixed the Phaon. He doesn't show up as well. Okay.
Most likely. But there is also the factor of your mental state. If you still have enough concern about Phaon resurging, you might stick around.
I am worried that if she possesses me again, I could kill y'all, or my family, or my girlfriends, okay? That is a genuine concern!
We're gonna cycle back to the said you said friends instead of friend later.
Okay.
As for right now, we need to discover she's. You've never done this, and I know you're not going to like what I suggest, Kaz. Do you think the book, if you bleed on it, can tell if there's a curse in you? It's a bit unorthodox, but
I used the book before, but okay.
but so you've used it like once. As you said, you don't really like to bleed on it.
I bled on it trying to figure out what Phaon was.
Yeah. In which it didn't answer. In fact, to remember, there's only two individuals who have never bled on it. Tana, because she had the blood of a Fae. Didn't want that. And Ignatius, because you've never really told him about the book or asked him. So also, he doesn't really know about it.
I will remind, I don't know if it would be able to tell that, because it only knows, like, it has the knowledge of the people who have blood in it. So I don't know.
That's true.
If it would be able to answer, like, hey, do I have a blood disease? They'd be like, go to the doctor.
I was gonna say, the other option is Legend.
I get this checked out.
Instead of GPS location for Shay.
But that's just hard to do. Is the question, the problem. But
Legend was kind of overkill and so much money.
I know. I didn't say it.
What about that one god that's in the tower? Was it he or something?
The little robot.
The robot.
Well, I don't know if he knows it, but it was originally from the tower itself. So.
Well, we found it in the tower.
I would.
Can you just scry on a god?
I don't think the god would
well,
that
he's
very
like
much.
he's got a physical body.
I need to point out, so does Zavara, the mother of chromatic dragons, who you did briefly see, and she did put a crack in the mirror.
But she was angry at us. Yes. He's our friend.
Perhaps try ascending first.
Ally.
How about can't Dearest contact him?
Send him a message, be like, hey, would you mind if we use our mirror
Exactly.
to look at you really quick? We don't want to
Exactly.
do it without your permission because the last time we did it, they broke our mirror a little
I'm
bit.
so serious when I say that. That's exactly what I mean. I'm
Well-
like, hey, can we?
Okay, hold on. Let's backtrack a little bit. If it's really hard to tell if someone still has a curse, is there any harm in just going to the fountain again? Like, if
Really,
you don't
no.
have a curse, will it hurt? No, probably not.
No, there's
Can we
We could just
Uh,
teleport
we
in and
just-
out.
directly go to it?
Yeah.
the mirror?
If we have the mirror and teleport. We have teleport now.
Because we
You guys
didn't
have-
have the mirror
that's-
before.
that's 100% an option now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where my brain was stuck on. I was like, if we could just do that,
We can just.
Why didn't I
why
do it
didn't
initially?
we do it
Yeah.
the first time?
Because you physically couldn't at that point in time.
Right.
We have the mirror now.
I forget that we
Mirror.
haven't
Yeah.
always had it. It's like
We-
our lifelong companion
Yeah.
now.
A, we have the
My
mirror,
sweet
and
mirror.
we're also like way more powerful than we were the first time.
Yeah.
It's also true.
Previously, we had neither the means of getting there nor the means of getting back.
Yeah.
This
And to
time we have
be-
both.
To be so fair, if we wanted to, and you could save your spell slot, we could grab your gnome and bring her to the fountain and get her
That's
arm.
for curses. The regeneration one is with
Oh,
the
yeah,
dragon
yeah.
lady.
Little different.
And
Good
for
idea, though.
more.
It's
And for
okay.
more.
It's okay.
Like my 7th level spell slot. I'll be honest with you. There's like stuff to do, but like regenerate is probably one of the best things you can do with it, so it's fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
also, we're
And it's
probably, like, before we do anything intense, we're gonna long rest again.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
So this, there,
Yeah.
I'm not prepping
I'm
for
not
a
going
battle
to spring
today.
anything on you right now. At this point, you guys are in control of what happens next. I am not going to be springing things on you unless you guys go like an entire session going, "Oh, I don't know what to do." Then I will.
Yeah.
I don't know.
no.
Yeah,
let's
that's the
just-
point where I'm going to be like, "All right, we're doing this now."
Yeah, let's just jump to the fountain and teleport back and let Kaz do a
And-
little dipped.
Let's get Kaz baptized.
Perhaps we should also
Alright.
plunge the dagger in the water, but not
We
with
both
Kaz
did
holding
very
it.
different but similar motions. You were
was
like,
gonna tell me
baptized?
goodbye.
You did an actual baptize. I was like, all right, get in there.
Stay down. All the curse is gone.
Give me your lunch money while you're at it.
Tap out.
I was
Kaz,
giving
tap out.
I was giving Kaz an anti-curse swirly. I'm so sorry.
The priest took my lunch money when I got baptized.
This is like we have to
I'm a
baptize
cleric,
the
not a
same way
priest.
that Rachel Weisz went to hell in Constantine. We have to hold Kaz down until she drowns a little bit. All right? She'll be fine.
I feel like I'm in a cult all of a sudden. Can I go?
No.
No. Can
Yeah.
I leave? No.
That's the thing about cults. You have a life membership.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
Cults are like, oh, you can leave any time. It's just, you know, the outside world. It's so scary. You really belong here if you leave us.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have
There's
anything.
no telling what will happen to you after you leave.
I know.
There's this audio from Dimension 20 that's like, you're coming with us now. It's like, oh, okay. Willingly? It's like, yeah. It's like, did you kidnap me? No. Can I leave? No.
We don't advise it.
No, you can't leave.
Using the Mirror of Omniscience, you open up a portal to the Way Fountain of Curses. It looks much like you saw it last time. In the center of a large open cavern, mostly flattened, with numerous bodies of oddly malformed humanoids kind of standing completely stock still nearby. You see that there is a poorly maintained cobblestone path leading up to it with water inside of that fountain that is glowing faintly. Costella,
Yeah.
Would you care to jump into the water?
I will jump into a different pool of water.
Kaz, you leap into the pool of water, and as you do so, you feel it begin to swirl around you and pull you under just a little bit. And as you do so, you feel it shortly afterwards let go of you. And you just are able to float back up. You feel unchanged.
Maybe it was just a nightmare. Yes, Darius?
Yes.
What if we got a dagger into the pool of cleansing of curses?
Is sentient weaponry, like, is the sentience a curse?
No. The sentience itself is not a curse. Oh, well, depending on who you are. In my opinion, sentience can sometimes be a curse, but that's in the case of the weapon itself, the sentience itself is not a curse.
Well, we can still get get like a claw arv and like just dip it in.
Again, I can use Eldritch Claw Tattoo to pick stuff up without actually picking
I
it up.
also think we should maybe, like, I don't know, just dip Ruben in it for a second.
He's different. He's a fiend.
What if we
He's
dipped
a
him in there,
baby.
though?
But he's
What
a
if we
baby.
just dipped him in the pool? What if we just dig him a little
Think-
dip?
He might.
I don't think
I don't know
he's
what it would
cursed. I think
do.
his power has been divided.
Yeah.
As you guys are talking about this, you see Ruben kind of walking his way over to the water, and he starts splashing himself with it.
Oh, he's fine.
He turns and looks at you and just shakes his head now.
He's fine. Okay.
I tried, Ruben. I tried.
Tried.
Probably tried the dagger.
We get a turkey baster of the special water. Go into the bag. Open the mirror box.
If we're gonna
Shake it
dip
up.
her, just dip her.
Yeah.
Like a chicken nugget.
Like a How do you dip your chicken nuggets?
With my
Do
claw
you
tattoo.
get like
Doesn't
all
everyone?
of the... Do you get your
Yeah.
fingers too with the
Yeah.
ketchup?
Yeah. Well, not ketchup. Maybe mayo or
Whatever
ranch.
you use.
Just fucking, you,
So-
you eat the chicken nugget and you just leave the ranch on your fucking food.
Take the dagger out, and Ignatius will use Eldritch Claw Tattoo to grab just the dagger and dunk it in.
No, saying hi to me again, I see.
Shut up, Phaon.
But
What?
he's being about as gentle as a swirly.
I want her. I know she doesn't breathe, but I really want her when we dunk her to go. Bring me out.
You dunk it in the water, and she goes,
Oh no, the water. Oh, what?
Hey,
Did you
Mitch.
think this was going to do anything?
That might make you nicer. Cause
What
you're
happened?
kind of a bitch right now.
Hey, would Fitz know anything on how to like break a weapon of its sentience?
Would I?
Would
Fitz,
you?
would I? Fitz, you can certainly roll. In this case, it'd be Knowledge Arcana.
Yeah, I'm just like, if Fitz has been studying magic his like whole life,
And if I had a sentient weapon one time?
I'm telling you, yeah.
2 times, actually.
2 times?
Yeah,
Well, the
it's
second one
Lucky.
wasn't technically well.
like I don't know, like get a thing, a being out of its like whatever being, remove the being from its like something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. So just normal Arcana check.
I
Wait.
hate that I'm not a smart person. I can't help with this.
21.
21 total.
Ah.
So
Oh shit! Hold on.
You would know that there is no divorcing the sentience
Ooh.
from the weapon. The weapon is the creature. Think of it like asking if you can remove the sentience from an elf. Answer's yes. You kill it.
Okay.
In the case of sentient weapons, though, killing them is almost always a lot harder to do, especially depending on what exactly they are. Sentient weapons can range from everything from someone stuck a boar's soul into a hammer, to the soul of a solar, a powerful angel, has been crammed into a sword. It can be easy to destroy. It can be nearly impossible to destroy. It depends on what you're dealing with.
Typing into fantasy Google, how to lobotomize a dagger.
Fantasy lobotomy.
I would say is there a way to like? So there's no way to like kill the weapon.
I mean,
You
I didn't say
destroy it
there's
like you would any magic.
you
item.
gotta destroy it, which can prove to be difficult depending on the situation.
Okay.
Suppose with the mirror we could shunt it to the elemental plane of fire or some such place.
That's true too. But then someone will pick it up. Is my issue. I personally would like to rid of this.
God.
Well,
I wish I was Ro right now. Because that sounds great. Because guess what? Then it wouldn't be our fucking problem.
Yeah.
It would not be our problem. We could just let someone else take it and betray their friends. I don't fucking care.
Unfortunately,
The curse of
Granny.
morality.
you're playing
Me?
a moral character.
Yeah, can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you make me some holy water?
Oh, sure. Actually, I still have a vial, I think.
Oh my gosh.
And it.
Darius is converting to Catholicism.
Yes,
Not
I'm
quite.
Catholic. There you go.
Not quite.
You just
Thank you.
missed the baptism.
Darius is shaking the holy water in one hand, pulls an incense out of her pocket. Light this for me, please.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Thanks.
It's like the scene in that 70s show where it's like, I'm gonna close my eyes, somebody light this.
It's just for it.
I don't know which god will answer my questions, but I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna cast Commune.
Hell.
Ah, okay. That's an interesting one. Give me a quick second while I make sure I get this right.
Yeah, I was about to say, Darius does not know what deity or divine proxy would answer her questions. She knows exactly one god. Well, two gods, but one of them Fitz could have just contacted, so that one doesn't work.
You accidentally butt dial, my god. It's like you literally just couldn't, you didn't have to do a payphone for this.
The other one I know is Dee Dee, as I've been calling them lovingly. Which is karma / comeuppance / whatever.
Okay. Let me pull up the exact wording for commune.
I can drop it.
No, I already have it. You're fine.
Oh.
Let's see. Contact your deity.
Yeah,
You
I don't have
certainly
one.
have one of those.
Who's gonna pick up the phone?
Yes. You will cast commune. And for you, everything will stop. Your friends around you will cease moving. The water's ripples from where Kaz and Ruben had splashed inside of it freeze in time.
Interesting.
And you will see stretching out from some of the rocks that are piled up around the way fountain, you see an elongating shadow with several eyes sprouted into it, almost like peacock feathers. And he looks at you, and the god of what is deserved looks at you and goes, "It has been some time since I last saw you.
Honestly, didn't expect you to be the one to answer. But I guess you're really the only god I've seen outside of a dragon god, so maybe this makes sense.
I think I was simply the one that was most available. Considering that you use other deities a bit like one would use washcloths, I appear to be the best option, or at least the one that was most willing to pick up the phone.
You know, that's fair.
You don't have those. No, wait, you do have them now. Never mind.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I have 3 questions. That can be yes or no, but if an answer, but you know, in case of a one-word answer may be misleading or incomplete, the DM can answer with a short phrase.
Who's this DM you speak of?
Is there a means within my reach to destroy magic items?
It would depend on the strength of the magic item.
Can a sentient weapon be killed with something like the plane of fire?
Maybe.
Meta pigeon. Anyone got a better question? I've got one left. And I'm silly.
Well, I will say, is the god of absolutes, right? So, like, would the god know? Because the god knows about phones, right?
Well, it's not the god of absolute. It's the god of
What is deserved?
what is deserved. So, like,
Fucking-
karma.
Fucking point blank ask about that specific weapon.
He might not know about it, is the thing. It's not of the world he's from.
Fair.
You never know unless you try.
I say just do it, and if he doesn't know, he doesn't know. And I mean,
Phaon,
unfortunately, this
get
is a
out of my
question,
fucking head!
but
We currently have in our possession a sentient weapon known as Phaon, who is disturbing our friend, and remove curse has not severed the bonds. I'm not going to ask a yes or no question, I'm just going to ask a question. How can we sever the bond between the two?
You watch as the god of what is deserved stretches himself and looks towards the knife, and then kind of looks towards Castella. Well, I'm not your god, so I suppose I don't need to follow the rules of the spell. It's already broken. There's no connection between her and the weapon.
So she's just doing it to herself like PTSD.
Correct.
Okay. That's what I feared, but I like having it confirmed. Thanks, Dee. Maybe we'll talk again at some point. I don't know, you're kind of the only one I actually like.
Indeed.
Get you around. Unless you have something else to say. You've got... I can't tell because you don't really have a face, but your eyes are looking at me weirdly.
No. I'm not looking at you.
What you doing, bud? Do you want to turn my light back on?
Nosferatu.
Jill's been there for at least half a minute.
Yeah, because we're ordering Jimmy John's, and I was distracted. Because I'm craving Jimmy John's, and you want Jimmy John? We can get Jimmy John. I just want a sandwich.
No, there isn't much else to say. Not really. Just. No. Nothing else I can say.
Well, maybe next time you can say it. If you're available.
Hmm. We'll see. Anyways, I have work to do. Goodbye. And he will vanish. Time will restart.
I have wonderful news and horrible news.
Okay.
Guys, you're not cursed anymore.
What's the bad news?
It's PTSD in your head.
Oh.
In other words, and Dance is just gonna kind of walk up and poke you between the ears. Everything's up there right now. There's nothing influencing you but you.
Oh.
Maybe a therapist would help. I don't know too much about therapy. My parents tried to make me go to it once.
Clearly.
They have therapy here?
Yeah, it's... mainly I just sat there and talked for a while. And then they were nodding and ahhing. And then they told me I had issues with sympathy
No.
and empathy.
No.
Mm.
They did.
And they were talking about ways to fix that, but I kind of stopped listening when they told me that I'd have to continue coming to their sessions. It felt like a scam.
So you know, like those empathy classes.
Can we put
that,
Phaon back in the bag first? Hold on. She's being very annoying right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, no. Please.
Bye.
Perhaps
You're
we
telling
should
me I
also.
don't get to listen to your drama anymore? Oh no.
Perhaps we should dip her in lead at some point. Stop the telepathic communication.
But that didn't work for me, but
Phaon
it's
is
worked for
speaking
plenty of
out
people.
loud. It is not telepathic.
I say we dip her in fucking lava, melt that bitch down. I'm tired of her. I'm tired of her.
Open the mirror to a volcano.
Like,
and just...
put her in the bag for now.
I mean, just go to a fucking forge and just be like, could you melt this down? Could you make this into something, I don't know, useful?
Well, the appeal of
And
the
not annoying?
forge, or the appeal of the volcano is that it would be hotter than a forge.
But also, we would have to go in there.
No, you
Unless we
can.
wanted to just toss her in and then leave her for the volcano ghouls.
I was thinking, like, the mirror is one way. You could literally open the mirror into the middle of, like, a magma flow and just. And then shut it
Fair
off.
enough.
Though at the same time, I think opening it to the plane of fire would achieve a similar, if not same, result.
We're into the deep vacuum of space.
No, but then the fucking eclipse is gonna superpower her. I've seen Little
She
Shop
comes
of
back.
Horrors.
And
Oh my god, the King in Yellow comes back with a really annoying dagger. Fuck.
perhaps we'll have to see when we get back to the cart. But I might be able to help a little bit. I had some issues when I was young and the crack in the sky first appeared. Granted, that was over 30 years ago.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound mean, because I can't imagine you young.
You had issues when the sky cracked?
The sky
Well,
wasn't always cracked.
when you live
Oh.
somewhere remote and there are very few constant comforts, it's a pretty significant thing, particularly when you don't have other populations of people to communicate with on the matter. As far as you know, it could be the end of the world.
Ah, so it put your whole town into a panic mode.
My understanding, it did that with a lot of groups, so I'm not shocked it did it with yours. Especially considering you guys are kind of what's a polite way to say what I want to say?
From the sounds of it, I don't think there's a polite way to say it.
You
I
want
think you're just being mean.
I was gonna say they're basically a cult.
Yeah.
No,
not
they are a
the
small
village.
rural town.
Not the village, but the cult was something else.
Yeah, the cult came later.
I was 8 at the time.
Oh,
38
yeah, that would
years.
be a little freaky. So young. I say as though my spouse is not, I think, in their late 20s.
Great Robert. God damn.
I'm an elf.
Ooh, great Robert.
Most people are younger than me. Hey, how much younger than you is Hadrian?
Good question. Cradle robbers, baby. 2 of them.
Jesus Christ.
But what did you do, Iggy?
Well, the first part, and perhaps the most difficult, was coming to terms with it, but the ultimate way of overcoming it was the reassurance that all my friends and family were still there and would continue to be there to support me. It takes a bit of time, but when the most important thing to you is unchanged and, well, despite what may have happened, it puts a lot into perspective. Whatever the issue is, if it even is an issue, you don't have to face it alone. I suppose it took a few months, but eventually did overcome fear of what might happen, and if the sky would change any further.
Well, Kaz,
Hmm.
Iggy's offering you some solutions if you want to sit down and talk with him going forward about it.
Can you footnote what the solutions were?
Talking and being with friends and family.
Yes, the reinsurance that the important parts of your life is still there and unchanging and will continue to support you through whatever happens.
Okay. Well, I mean, that is gonna happen at some point.
Perhaps it would be good to have that party a bit earlier. Bring everyone together and lighten the mood.
You mean Ari's party?
And yours.
Oh, I thought you guys forgot.
No.
No. Even if I did, someone here has the memory of a very intelligent creature.
So
I
how
don't think it's
about
How
possible.
poetic.
Yeah,
Why
she's
are
a
How
you
bad.
so
can you
out?
talk?
Can you? Oh.
get in the bag?
She's in the bag. How could she talk outside of it?
Did we put her back in the box in the bag?
No.
Yeah, I would have put her back the exact same way.
Mm.
Are we all having PTSD now? Shared PTSD.
Maybe
No,
she's
no PTSD.
You see what I have to deal with?
But
I don't like this.
that would mean that her sentience isn't in the bag right now because the bag you can't. Sound doesn't travel. It's another dimension.
That's true. I will say this: Dee Dee did want to tell me something else, but seems to have not been able to.
Did we put her in the fountain on accident?
We didn't on accident. I think we did it on purpose.
She's stuck in there now forever.
No, I mean like, did we put her into the fountain on accident?
You would think that a fountain that removes curses would be able to prevent being cursed with the presence of someone like her.
I mean, it wouldn't make sense either because like it's not like Fitz got his sentience put into the fountain. He's equally sentient.
Perhaps we should return to the card and discuss this further.
Probably for the best. Me or you, Fitz, who's doing the teleporting?
I always just assume I am, but if someone else can take the wheel for once,
Yeah, I can do it.
feel free.
Yeah.
I'll-
I was looking at Kaz and just.
All cats teleport. Give Fitz the break.
Bye. Take us home, country road.
I'm dying. Sorry.
Yeah.
Teleporting yourselves back to the cart, or to the tower. It's up to you guys. You will return, and we'll take a quick break there. With the uncanny voice of Phaon piping up in times when you did not expect her to, and a unfortunate answer for Kaz being revealed, you guys make your way back to the tower. You guys still have a few other things that you may do, but what I will say to you all is that at this point in time, this may be a good moment to start, if not planning your next steps, then start your next steps. Because
regenerate to do.
Yeah, there's a regenerate to do on an individual who is badly injured, but more importantly, there are several active threats that should be dealt with sooner rather than later.
I say after we do the regenerate and anything else, we can go back to whatever the city's called, and like start following the lead, like act like we're actually investigating Hargrak. I think it was. It was Hargrak. Yeah, I just couldn't remember.
Yep.
And act like we're like follow up on the Thorn lead because we were asked to look into it at one point.
Yep.
Sure. Sounds like a plan.
But first. What?
Ew.
That's literally.
That.
It's a big person.
hand.
Sorry.
We're gonna go. I'm gonna take Fizzy. I'm gonna say we'll be right back, and we're gonna.
We'll be right back. How are we supposed to get back, though?
We walk. The cart is still there.
Oh, we're in the town?
I think.
Yeah.
I believe the cart's still in the town. We never really left Giron. We will walk to her house, and I go knock knock.
The door will open up, and you'll see a short, gnomish woman. You recognize her immediately. Kind of poked her right out. Oh,
Can we buy a prayer wheel before?
yes.
Oh right, yeah. just to check.
I also think prayer wheels are relatively cheap. I think they're like.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then
I just want to make sure that that's no.
Yeah, we'll swing by the store, and then we go knock knock.
Don't know if they even have a cost in 5e.
Either way.
Back sooner than I thought we'd be, but my friend said she's ready to restore your hand if you'd be so wanton.
Oh,
Hi.
well, I didn't think you'd be ready that fast.
Neither did
Um,
I. To be
Stroke of genius. It just came to her.
No, we've
Well-
just had hard fights, so.
Well, yes, I suppose I can come in.
Thank you.
Okay.
She'll gesture you inside. The place has been cleaned up. It looks to be in a better state than it was before. You do not see any evidence of the dwarven man. He looks like he may not be home right now. She'll just kind of gesture to a nearby chair at a small kitchen table, and she'll say, "Is there anything in particular I need to do for this?"
Nope,
Or
just show me your hand.
That's all.
That's it.
All right. And she'll reach out the arm with the removed limb.
Do we have the? Well, it doesn't matter. Because if you have the actual thing, you can just put it back together.
I
Hands-
But, yeah,
hand-
it's been a long time.
Hand is too far gone, I will say.
Yeah, that's fair.
been a good few days. I did not keep that.
No, that's fine. Okay, I'm just trying
Whoa.
to see. I'm trying to see severed body. I'm trying to see. Okay. All right, so it should take 2 minutes. Yeah. Because it says legs, so I figure hands
Casting.
also counts.
Yeah,
yeah.
Close
Casting
enough.
time is a
So-
minute. Restoration 2 minutes.
I
3
will
minutes
Her
total.
arms, if not
will-
legs, of the up.
Hold the prayer wheel in one hand. I will take the wrist in the other, and I will just concentrate on it. And I will cast regenerate.
You concentrate for a minute on the shape of her hand, or at least the other hand that she has, and basically attempt to mirror it as best you can. And you will see that over a 2-minute period, from the stump of her arm, you'll see that it begins to swiftly and a bit disturbingly regrow as flesh and bone begin to reknit and reform. Briefly, the hand is almost soft and clay-like as it is able to bend and flex in ways it should not. And then it begins to reform with smaller details beginning to appear, fingernails growing out to the point where they're a little overgrown, but they are present and protected, though the rest of the hand is a bright pink, like it is fresh skin that has not seen the light of day. It seems a little sensitive as she does kind of like breathe in sharply through her teeth for a moment, but she doesn't seem to be in pain, just surprised by the sensation. All right. That's it?
Yep.
Nothing else?
Nope.
Easy peasy.
That's surprising. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate you assisting me.
Well, of course. You didn't deserve to lose the hand in the first place. So, least we can do.
Still, it's a very noble action for a stranger. I appreciate it.
Oh, we're not so noble. I am deflecting Jill's beams.
We're gonna, I'm gonna like just kind of grab. I can feel the vibes. I'm like gonna grab Granny and I'm like, well, thank you very much. Well, thank you. Well, you know, you're welcome. I guess. You're welcome very much. We're gonna go. We have a lot we have to worry about. But I'm glad you have your hand back. And I was
Well,
only
that's
too
fine.
happy.
I wouldn't want to take up too much of your time. You're a group of heroes, after all. It'd be a bit much for me to take up your time. You've already done me a great favor.
You just
Thank you.
want
Oh my
Just
god.
be
I'm
safe
gonna.
now. With that baby on the way.
I'm like trying to control myself. Like Fizzy's like trying not to say something. Luckily, I have like a really high wisdom like plus, or it would have been real bad. She's smart enough to know better.
Lower this.
Why- We're gonna go now. Thank you for letting us into your home. And if you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask.
Oh, I
Don't-
believe I've already asked quite a bit.
Don't worry about it. You've been through a lot, and we're more than happy to help you.
Well, that's very kind of you, ma'am.
Good. You have a good one.
You as well.
I'm gonna take Granny, and I'm going to drag her out.
You don't have to drag. You
Not
just
drag,
Go,
but like
you just go.
lead
Let's.
her.
Yeah, it's like time to
Lead
go.
her.
And Granny's like, "Yep, time to go."
And then as soon as we're like outside and the doors like close, and like she's inside and we're outside, I'm gonna look at Granny and be like, "You should have just told her."
Hell. Why? Think about it. Who am I doing that action for? I'm not doing. If I tell her, it's not because
Okay.
it's for her. It's a selfish reason, and
She deserves to know.
you can know
Maybe,
when I'm.
maybe write a letter. Maybe write a letter. And don't have to send it now, but just write it.
I don't know. Just
Think about it, at least.
I'll think about it.
Okay. And then we'll go back to the cart.
You return back to the car after having restored her hand, and then we'll very easily slip back through into the chest to return back to the tower, returning back to your comrades. Michelle, I wouldn't be too concerned about knocking off the spell right now. You can if you want to be accurate, but I don't expect a fight to happen anytime soon.
It's fine. I will, if like it takes us time to get to the next place, I'll like do long rest and then I'll sleep and it's fine.
Yeah.
I knock it off anyway because I do it for my brain.
Okay, fair enough.
Also, weird question.
Yep.
Because the coat thing, does it last as long? Like the spell, does it last as long as I like before I expend it? Like the spells, like if I like put a spell in like now, right?
Oh,
Does
you
it
mean
last-
you mean the energy from the spells that you collect?
Correct.
So collecting energy from spells, it just stays in the cloak until it is consumed.
So like, you're not gonna like this.
Yep.
But if we're not doing anything, like we're traveling in a cart, can I like into there a little bit? Not a lot.
You can put as many spells in there as you care for, but bear in mind if you don't have enough room to absorb a spell and
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I'll keep
then
track
you
of
can't.
that.
Yeah,
Right.
that's fine.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you can tell me how many spell slots you're going to
Let's
expend and what
see.
kinds.
I'm going to. I'm probably gonna do one of each, so like a first, a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth.
Okay.
So that'll give me 1, 2, 3, 7.
15 total.
15 total. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what I'll do. I'll do one of each. So I'll give myself, and I will knock it off just in case. I know you said whatever, but for my brain, it's just better if I knock it off until we sleep.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
So yeah, I will. It's just a good thing to have. I feel like. Right? That's crazy, but.
No, I get it.
It's kind of like your character's capstone item, so
It's
That's true.
it is a smart use of it.
how
Okay.
long would it take using the trains to get from Giron to Hardgrack? Or
You're on to Hardwreck?
Right.
Hardwreck, let me see.
Yeah,
So,
if we intend on taking the cart.
I also want to mention I still don't have a weapon
Yeah,
You
to
have your
fight.
you have your rapier.
Yeah, I
But
still can't
we-
hit though. That's
we
the
were-
thing.
planning on stopping by the museum
Oh,
in
yeah.
Belwick to see if there was another weapon there. If we could like trade
Yeah,
an
because
item
we're gonna
for
go
it.
through Belric anyway, so we'll stop by the museum and see if he has any.
Yeah.
give me just a moment as I run some numbers, okay?
That's fine. So back in the cart or tower, Ignatius will also lead Kaz through some breathing techniques and extremely athletically demanding yoga. Because
Okay.
and he'll tell you, if you're feeling exhausted, your mind can't wander.
Oh. Okay.
Exercise your way into peace.
It's actually true though.
It is. It is correct.
Ooh, actually, I want to make like 2 more vials of holy water, by the way.
And
You can do
as well.
so.
quietly on the side, he
That's
also
just a use
says,
of ceremony, basically.
yeah, quietly on the side, he also says, and you have to be able to keep up with both of your girlfriends.
What? You can't say that. You can't just say that to me.
Look at how athletic both of them are.
I know. Oh god.
So if you left right now, you'd be arriving in Hargrack by 3:30 on the 21st of summer.
So
What is today?
early afternoon
The
of
20th of
next
summer.
day.
Okay.
So it's entirely doable, and I'll handle the cost. That's something I'll just figure out on my side.
And we'll stop at Belwick, go to the museum.
Yeah, that's simple enough. Basically, just use Belrick as a stopover, get something from the museum there, head back over to Hargrack. So, is there any planning you guys want to do, or any conversations you guys want to have in character?
My memory is very bad. Remind me what we're doing in Thorn with what are we?
Lich.
Okay.
Thorn is the Lich.
Oh, he's the lit. Okay. Okay.
He's trying to be the Lich, and we know this for certain because of the legend lore. But we're going after him first because we should be able to deal with him without alarming,
Raising suspicion.
because their business partner didn't know that they're a part of this, and we're like, hey, my business partner just disappeared. Can you go find them?
And remind me of the business partner. The business partner is that the
Ash of Ashenthorn, the
Okay.
magic shop within Hargrack.
Okay.
Oh,
Again,
Bean.
sorry. Fizzy bad memory, but Michelle also bad memory.
You're fine.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, Ignatius has the excuse of he has locate creature now, so we can actively search for him. Even though we'll probably use the mirror.
We also were on the run for quite a while.
I could also scry on him, maybe. Figure out a location.
That is also a very real option.
Mm-hmm.
I mean the mirror too, but like I don't want to do the mirror.
Well,
'cause I feel like
Well, we could ask Ash for a belonging, or even if he has something like hair to help with it.
To follow up with Ash.
The fuck you. Why do you have my wire in your paw? She was gripping it.
She wants to play.
That cat has hands.
She was gripping
Just
this
like-
wire like.
We also need to work out what item or items we might trade for a magical weapon for Kaz.
We have a lot of stuff.
Yes. I suppose even technically including Phaon's dagger, though, might be a bit dangerous. Probably not due to the firearm.
No, firearm, we gotta figure out where to put that. That's...
Yeah, that would invite someone to break in and steal it, being drawn to it.
Kaz,
Okay, yeah.
I have a question for you.
Mm.
While this conversation is happening about the weapon that you might that you need, is there anything that Kaz is immediately thinking of, or is pondering?
Pondering?
Thinking.
Thinking?
Yeah, pondering just means to think of, to contemplate.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking of what kind of weapon I would, or just like thinking in general, sort of thing.
Just in general, like what would you be thinking of the situation? You've just learned that you have a form of PTSD. Phaon kept antagonizing you. You've been taught some ways of dealing with it, but you still are dealing with the side effects of it all.
I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised she would retire from it. I guess she's just thinking in the long term of what to do with her life now that she's not part of the circus anymore. After that, she doesn't really know what to do. But weapon aside, just enough to replace Phaon, I guess.
Okay.
I'm a little confused why the question was
No,
brought to me.
I'm just curious about and trying to get a grasp.
Okay.
So.
You could honestly probably trade the foreman's pick for it. We've only used it a few times for actual digging, and Ignatius used it twice as dual wielding, but it's better to have an actively used weapon than an infrequently used one.
Let's see. I also have this grapefruit-sized black gem as well. And I still don't know what to do with this cat-sized... What is it called again? It's a marble. Cat's eyes marble. Two gems.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. Unless if we're selling one of the gems for money, I think for the item it would probably just be a trade sort of situation. One exhibit for another.
I mean, that is, I will say out of character, that is entirely an option. That can be done. Yeah, I mean, unless there's anything else that everybody else wants to add, then we can have you guys starting to make your way over to Hargrak.
As everyone's sort of like doing the like and break sort of, you know, like, oh, we've discussed everything we need to discuss. Fitz will kind of just be like, oh, by the way, was sort of made aware of a spell that could perhaps, in the words of the conversation we had, send that big dragon to timeout. By the way.
Excuse me?
Go on.
Had a conversation in the bath. In the bath, by the way. Just trying to relax.
That's very rude.
It's me.
Oh.
Don't you ever say those two words in combination, Connor.
What did he
Bad
say?
dragons. Bad dragons go to the timeout corner.
He knows what he said.
I know what I said.
He knows what he
But
said.
it's sort of I haven't learned the spell, but I've been made aware of it. It's a pretty powerful spell. And if it works, we could literally just send him to timeout.
When you say to timeout, what does that mean?
Well, it's spell's called imprisonment. I could sort of just trap him somewhere and put him in timeout for as long as we need.
Damn. If that works,
That's
that would
very
be
powerful.
I still have to do some more research into it, but I was made aware of it in the context of taking care of the dragon, because if we do kill that dragon, it may or may not start a war between siblings. I don't really want to be the Kickstarter to that.
Right,
Feels
because
a bit
he is
ungrateful.
it's the son of a dragon god.
That's true. That makes a lot of sense. So we should probably not do that. Okay. So I guess continue the research?
That's sort of my plan, but I thought I would,
Do you
for
think
the sake of
book,
honesty and
If
the book
this is the case, we should also look into ways to make it more difficult for the dragon to succeed against the effects of the spell.
Right.
I mean,
let's work on learning the spell
yeah. We'll work
first.
on that. I can do that. I can make it. I have ways, like change people's luck. Remember?
Oh, that's it.
Yes.
I'll definitely help.
Just do it on
Yes.
the day that I roll very low.
I just figured that letting everyone know would be the smartest course of action there. But I am in fact working on it, so
Well,
that'll be another step in the plan. One
it's a
day.
good lead.
Yeah.
It's a very good lead.
As you guys begin packing up what stuff you need, leaving Hadrian to recuperate, and your siblings to basically wait until they are needed, because I don't think your siblings are doing anything immediately right now, are they, Michelle?
What happened?
Your
The
siblings?
siblings?
Yeah, they're not doing anything immediately, correct?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. You guys will get on the train and begin to travel from city to city, from Giron to Elbadil to Carhay to Orpheus, where you then have a bit of a layover. On the day of the layover, Kaz.
Ruben. Is actually...
Ruben is going to kind of turn and look up at you, and he's going to hand you a note that says something.
Okay, what does it say?
It reads, "There's something in this city I need to go get. I'll be back, I swear."
Oh, is it one of your tokens?
He'll nod.
Okay, just be safe, Ruben.
He'll nod.
Okay. Please don't cause trouble.
He'll shrug.
Okay, I can't promise that either. Alright.
And he will and he will start wandering off through the city. At first walking down the road, and then you see him stop for a second, and then you see him kind of like turn his head for a moment, and he goes, and he just immediately skirts off and starts climbing up the building, as he realizes a monkey wandering through a town would attract attention.
Right. He's not small anymore.
With 4 arms, yes, that is also a good addition.
Yeah.
And Ruben will go off, and he will start to do something.
I will Thanatos snap him.
Oh, that's what you meant. Thanatos snapped Ruben off of your shoulder.
Hmm.
Jesus Christ, Jolly.
Yeah.
She doesn't know he's there, but he's not.
Also, is this the next day? This is the next day, right?
It will be going into the next day. Kaz.
Do I still have exhaustion?
Um,
You need the long rest to remove
I will
that.
need you to make a wisdom save, please.
Aw, man.
Ignatius will say that I'll be sleeping outside of your door, so shout me if you need anything over the night. Trying to give that extra comfort.
Is that still normal?
Advantage. I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
You're being reassured, which does help.
The nat 20!
Ew.
Nat 20. You will be able to get yourself a nice night's rest without any nightmares, thankfully.
Yay!
Maybe it is the tricks you were taught by Ignatius. Maybe it is the fact that you know he's sleeping just outside. But either way, it does reassure you. As you are sleeping, you
Okay.
feel tiny hands on your chest. Teeny tiny hands.
What?
Ended with
Teeny
little
tiny-
claws.
Ruben.
What?
You pull open your eyes, and you're looking at a large black rat that is standing on your chest looking at you.
Oh! It's one of my rats from the hat, huh?
Yes.
Huh?
What the fuck?
What the? What
I'm speaking
the heck?
through this creature.
Why is that a surprise?
Okay.
Open
You know-
up your small portal. You understand
Even-
what I'm referring to.
You mean the hat, right?
It's a rope trick. You need to-
Alright, I'll open the hat. God dang, I was gonna pet you, but then man, you make it kinda weird. Then you're talking through this rat.
The rat has stopped speaking. It is now just kind of standing there and looking around.
Squeak,
I'll
squeak,
open.
squeak, squeak.
I'll open the hat then.
You open up the rope trick. Nothing happens, though you do see the large rat tail dangling down.
I guess I climb up the rat tail?
You climb upwards. Inside, you see that you're looking at a spherical room surrounded on all sides by swirling masses of rodents, making up the very walls themselves. And as you do so, you see that there's a larger set of big eyes that are staring out at you through the mass of rats. And you'll see that the hand of what looks like a large rat claw reaches its way through and pulls its way through, and you see that there is a rat folk that steps into this area, and he looks up at you while he is wearing this black iron, almost like a skeletal jawbone of a rat on the lower side of his face, and he goes, "Hello."
Hi.
I see you have the other part. One of them.
Yeah, one of the parts.
I would like to parley with you and trade.
Trade?
I would like to have your piece of creature's cowl.
Hmm. This is gonna be a hard thing to give up, but what are you trading exactly?
Well, how about something to replace what you lost recently?
Sure, but what is it?
It would be a dagger, much like the one you carried.
Yeah.
And then, well, if you could do me another favor and get me the last piece, I could give you something even better.
Well, I only have one piece of this, and I'm assuming you have the second piece.
Yes, but there's a third. And I have a feeling you will be coming across it very soon. After all, the young lady currently in charge of Thornhurst, right? Well, I do believe she may have that last piece I want.
She has the third piece. Okay.
Yes.
Hmm.
Are you willing to parlay?
What do you want with the crowl?
Well, that is a tricky question to answer. How about you and I have a conversation in a more suitable environment for bargaining? Would that be amenable to you?
Sure.
Excellent. Let us go down the rat tail. I will lead you to my meeting place.
Meeting place. Okay. The rat man.
The rat folk will climb down into your room, mind you. And you see that he stands like a kind of like a slightly hunched stoop as he walks. Like his body isn't really meant for standing up perfectly straight. It always kind of hunches a little bit. And he will bring something out of one of his many pockets, and he'll go, let's see, this should work. And he points towards one of the walls, and you see that two bright lights start to appear down low, like sparks from like an arc welder. And they rise upwards, and then they connect at the top, making a doorway. And then you see that this black void appears in this doorway. And you'll turn, he will look to you, and with one arm, he will bow and point towards it and go, please, be my guest.
Should I tell my friends before I follow a rat man into a extra dimensional plane?
I would say you may if you wish. With that said, more voices will cause more confusion and will muddy the waters of our bargain. And, in complete honesty, I don't believe I could manage to handle myself in a fight against 6 well-armed individuals. I am skilled. I am not that skilled. So, certainly, I could maybe dispatch you. Maybe. But, after doing so, I would inevitably have 5 others coming to kill me. So, I feel that our conversation would be much better handled with simply 2 individuals, and you have my word that I will not attempt anything for the sake of my continued existence on this plane.
Oh, I'll trust your word on that because the last time someone promised me they'd controlled my body.
If it is any consolation, I cannot do such a thing.
Well, you don't know that. I don't know that, so.
You do not know that. I know that very well. I can't control anybody else's body.
I will have to say I am very scared of new things happening. But I'll trust your whatever you're saying.
Completely fair to be afraid. But don't worry.
Okay.
You will find my abode to be rather pleasant.
Am I being rat-napped? Is this what's happening?
If I wish to, okay, first, that might be a little racist, although I really have not put much thought into it.
Okay.
Second, it would still be kidnapping, as you are a person, and rat-napping would be if you are stealing a rat.
Okay, that's.
But, nonetheless, no, if I was to abduct you, I would simply drug you and then drag you away. That's much easier. Nonetheless, my abode.
Okay.
And you step through into the doorway to the void, and that's where we'll pick up next time.
I love this rat.
And the thing
I love
is,
him.
technically, when you're sleeping, you have a -10 to your passive perception. So Ignatius out there has a passive of 2 right now as he's sleeping.
Oh my
So he
God.
doesn't hear any of this.
He is
Doesn't know a
cartoon
single fucking
boring.
thing's going on.
He was there if Kaz
Dead to
were
the
to
world.
yell for him, then he would wake up, but he's not hearing conversations.
Oh my God.
Thank you all so very much for being here. I do hope you enjoyed the game. Special thanks to my players, Jolly, Jess, Jill, Michelle, Cody, Becca. Thank you guys so very much for being here. If you enjoy what we do, pass the word and tell your friends. Like I said, last stream that I did, I'm not doing a Tuesday and Thursday stream. Not this time, probably. I'm going to be doing what's most likely going to pan out to be the last session of Like a Dragon on Wednesday. And then I'm going to make some decisions on whether or not I'll be doing something else long form, but we will see. But with all that said, a few of us are getting quite hungry. Two of us have already eaten, but we're going to wrap up here. Say bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.